in we go to the Hogan match. Money Incorporated versus the Mega Maniacs with Jimmy Hart for the WWF Tag Team titles. And this is the second WrestleMania row where Money Inc. have been the defending champions.
It is.
The champions make their way to the ring first, and as usual, I'm frustrated. Even if it is because Hulk Hogan is coming out second.
Mm-hmm.
As we hear the notes of Real American blare out, we see red and yellow smoke plume out from behind the curtain before the Mega Maniacs make their way to the ring. Brutus looks like the world's superhero in that mask, and his name would be Edam Kid, or the Cheese Cutter, based on the colour motif that he's gone for.
Honestly, I'm so glad to have him back.
Oh, with his grenades going off.
Missed him.
What a package! Holly, here we see the big old shiner on the Hulkster.
Yes.
And if you didn't already know, let me detail the two prevailing stories around this. Okay. Hulk Hogan's black eye at WrestleMania 9 has been a topic of speculation, and there are two main theories about how it happened. First story, jet ski accident. According to Hulk Hogan himself, the black eye was the result of a jet ski accident. He explained on the After the Bell podcast that he was riding jet skis with Brutus Beefcake, Randy Savage and another friend, Ellis Edwards, in Tampa. Hogan was thrown over the front of the ski and the jet ski hit him in the face as a result of his life jacket bringing him back to the surface, meaning he couldn't avoid the collision. He also mentioned this accident in an interview with Access TV, I don't know why I said it like that, in 2011, stating that he broke his orbital socket and required over 100 stitches under the skin. Second story. I prefer this story. Fight with Randy Savage. Another theory suggests that the black eye was the result of a fight with the Macho Man Randy Savage. This theory is supported by Jim Cornette, who claims that Savage punched Hogan in the eye after finding out that Miss Elizabeth, Savage's wife, had run off to Hogan's house and was staying with Linda, Hulk Hogan's ex-wife, without Savage's knowledge. These are the two main theories, but the true cause remains a mystery. It's worth noting that the commentators during WrestleMania 9 tend to tell us, or try to sell us, that the $1 Million Man had paid some scary men to do some scary things. They are the two prevailing theories.
Interesting.
I thought you'd find that interesting.
That is interesting.
The reason why... The jet ski, I can kind of understand, were it not for the fact that if a jet ski hits you in the head, I think you up more than that.
Yeah. Depends
at the pace it's going. So if it's a pace to throw him off over the front...
Yeah.
I don't know. And Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan do have a tetchy relationship. Jim Cornette's really got no reason to lie on it.
And neither of them ever came out and said which actual one it was.
Well, Hogan said himself it was the jet ski accident. He even said Randy Savage was there in the jet skis. There's a little comment that Savage mentions on commentary, which makes me go, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Holly, did you know about Beefcake's near-fatal accident?
No.
So I should start by saying that I took this excerpt from WrestleZone website, so credit there. The incident occurred on July the 4th, as Beefcake wanted to party all day in Lutz, Florida on his day off. So there's some quotes in here as well. So we'd just been parasailing for hours, Beefcake said. Several people had had near catastrophe, so we were obviously thanking our lucky stars that nobody was hurt during the parasail today. And we're done. Then Brian Blair, the Killer Bee, and his friends, a couple of people, came roaring in and they wanted to parasail too. Blair remembered the parasail not looking like a safe activity, but his friend Tracy really wanted to do it. Beefcake continued. Mike, he was like, no, we're done. And they just wouldn't relent. He's finally like, all right. But at that time, there's no wind to fluff the parachute up. So I'm out in the shallows here trying to get the people set up there on the grass. We got everybody ready to go. Mike just said, I'm going, and just took off. Blair remembers Beefcake dropping his hand and turning in, putting him right in Tracy's flight path. Tracy saw she wasn't getting enough air, so she pulled her knees in to try and clear Beefcake's face. However, it all happened so fast that nobody had time to yell. Everything I worked for was gone. It hits me so hard that I'm pulled out of the water, and I do what's called a gainer, where your feet go over your head first and then come back down, Beefcake said. And by the grace of God, I wasn't knocked out. And I'm down, like with my hand in my face, trying to get my shit together. Can't see a thing, can't breathe, and nobody has any clue that I've been mortally injured. Blair ran over to check on him and discovered Beefcake's entire face was shattered to the point that Beefcake was trying to hold his upper jaw up in order to speak. I didn't know anybody could be hurt that bad and still kept alive, Beefcake admitted. They rolled me into the emergency room, they take my blood pressure, and they realise it's like 200 over 100 or something. Next thing you know, they're yelling code blue, code red, code purple, and finally x-ray my head and realise that my face is gone, and they have no idea what to do. Plastic surgeon Dr. Mutaz Habal operated on Beefcake and couldn't believe someone of his size was able to have their face totally fractured, but after 16 hours in the operating room, Beefcake's face was reconstructed. The surgeon had to make an incision from ear to ear across the top of his head and then had to ensure the eyes, nose and teeth were able to return to position.
Wow.
As a result, Beefcake was placed in a drug-induced coma for a couple of days to monitor his progress.
My God.
The Hall of Famer concluded, I can't see, I can't speak, everything I had worked 20 years for was gone and wasn't coming back. He was out of action for a long time with this injury, and if you look at his face now, it's significantly different from how it was, and this is all stemming from this parasailing accident. Once more we see Hogan's fine velvet hair flat as a pancake arse against the back of his head. The Eye of Hulkster looks gross in fairness, and if one punch from Savage did that much damage, I'm genuinely impressed with the pugilistic skills of Macho Man. Hulk and Deeb circle as Heenan theorises on how Hogan got hurt and says it might not have been that he got roughed up. He could have dropped a plate on his face, or a shower door hit him in the chops. Savage says those are 3 things that didn't happen.
Ooh.
Sounds like he's coming from a place of knowing, which would make sense as he features in both stories told about the incident.
Juicy.
Hogan levels IRS with the Mask of Brutus and both men make the pin. The ref does not come to, so Hart turns his jacket inside out and we see it is striped.
Mm-hmm.
He counts the 3 and awards the Megamaniacs the belts. What is this chaos?
Honestly. This I just needed to be done at this point because it's dumb.
Yes. And that's just Jimmy Hart. Another official runs to the ring to revive Hebner, and he then raises the hands of Money Inc., declaring they have won by disqualification. Hogan and Beefcake grab Dangerous Danny Davis. Don't know if you spotted that was him.
Oh my God, yes.
But a hit with the tag team titles from behind. They both no-sell this and chase off Money Inc. before grabbing Davis once more. Hogan goes into the briefcase of money and finds a brick, tax forms and a couple of wedges of cash. He celebrates this by humping the air and showing the fans the dough before he and Brutus hand it out to the fans at ringside. Did you see how little Brutus wanted to hand that money out? It's like, you can have a note, move 17 people along, a note for you, whereas Hogan's like, you have this, you have this, and Bruce is like, this is my fucking bonus right here. Thank you everyone for the support you guys have shown us so far. It means the world to us. Holly, what do we want to remind the people?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and ding the bell for notifications.